Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Batman Arkham Asylum. So, we're doing the Mr. Freeze mission here. We walked in through this door and we're trying to save Nora, who in most Batman stories is Mr. Freeze's wife. Although the more interesting twist there is that he isn't.
Can you even play that with 3 people?
Sure you can.
Okay.
Come on, let's do it.
See, the part of the problem
Two,
here
three.
Well,
is
paper.
you just
What are the
don't
odds?
really
Do
know.
I look like I went to school?
1, 2,
Let's see,
3.
could I hack that?
Gun
No.
beats paper.
No, gun doesn't beat paper. Stick to the rules.
So let's
2, 3.
see.
the
There's
hell is
like
that?
9 guys. One
Dynamite.
heavily armored here with a
Again.
knife, so he's pretty
One,
much the
two,
one you want to
three.
take down
Batman.
first. Alright.
You don't stand a chance. Dodge this.
So we've got people with things. And see, I have unlocked a new ability, so all of a sudden, now with a combo, I'm doing way better at potentially taking people out. Because all I'm really doing right now is smashing the X button, and it is working considerably better. Alright, let's see if we can hit this. There we go.
You don't stand a chance against us.
Like, him throwing a thing there didn't really help me in any way.
Your mommy won't recognize you when I'm done.
Get the beat down to on this guy. We still got too many gun characters and just too many characters in general. And my health is not getting better.
What are you gonna do, Bat?
I always wanted to beat you.
Let's see if we can do it like throw a thing at this guy and see if that freezes the guy. That helped
Freeze's
way
wife
more.
is safe. I should tell him.
Like, I definitely would have failed had I not frozen that last guy. So we'd like to actually see Frieza's wife's. I think she fell in a lake and was just frozen, and there's pretty much no way to save her. You can see she's in cryogenic suspension. She might have had some kind of disease or something. But you can also see that they haven't bothered to animate her in any real way. It's just ice on top of ice. And yeah, there's nothing in this building, but it is starting to feel like more than I would have thought as far as the big buildings actually do have a way in which you get inside of them. Which I find that slightly surprising, but it's a nice surprise, but it does also just highlight the fact that if this were like a modern Zelda game, not before Breath of the Wild, you would have way bigger dungeons inside these buildings. I assume we're just gonna automatically talk to Freeze. No, it wants me just to go back to freeze. Yeah, let's just do that. That might get us a upgrade or something, and so as a side mission, I don't think that's a bad side mission to take on. I'm still hearing some breakable object, but I think I'll pretty much just have to find the find it through using the Riddler character. And just have the map tell me where it is.
Ring. Answer the damn phone already.
See, now they're complaining about the Zaz phone thing, and Zaz has already been captured, so that line of dialogue doesn't really make sense anymore. Alright, so this one, I believe, is a inside the building, so I don't think I can get that yet. Meanwhile, I do think I can get some things here done. Somewhere around here is a riddle. But sadly, they really need you to tell. They need to just tell you which riddle you're trying to solve. No subject detected. No subject detected. No subject detected. Oh, it's probably that. Subject out of view. Subject out of view. Always a shining example of justice, not if you ask me. Gordon versus Sharp. Pause now if you want to read this. Alright. So you had to look down on that. Although I feel like that bat light was actually more visible previously. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fly this way. Still doesn't seem like there's that many people. I still wouldn't really be able to solve a lot of these puzzles. Okay. Now, line ride this way. Alright, we made it through. Barely. That lets us in here. Let's see, Catwoman could climb on the top of this.
I can't use another grenade. It will make the ice I'm on too unstable.
Well, to get into this area, though, you pretty much have to prove you already have the line riding ability, so... Make sure this is tagged, I think it is. Park in his spot and you may just get a ticket. There's James Gordon's parking spot. Pause now if you want to read that. Alright, and that puts us in a nice position because I think we can get the glide boost attack. But I think I want this first. And at this point, that would be every combat upgrade collected, so if there was any kind of achievement for that, it would have unlocked. Here you have H. Abrams. Right, so then that, yeah, that cleaned out this area. I suppose it would be maybe a hassle. To try and like escape this area if you've really messed up, but I don't think for most people it would be that much of a hassle. Just have to get out of an area. We still don't have the ability to turn down the closed circuit TV. I don't think we can do that one, but we can go and get this one done. But I guess there would be no reason to do that because we were going this way towards Mr. Freeze. And the whole workup and fighting with Mr. Freeze the first time and having kind of a unique fight mechanic happen there. Interesting. I guess I have to come in through the back door.
Catwoman and poison.
Could only be
I've heard crazy
really a setup for the idea of having another fight at this point. And I don't know if I really believe that. Let's try something here. I feel like what's gonna happen try that again. Is you'll either not have anything you can hook on any of these dumbbells, which does seem to be about the case, or you'll
We have positive visual on Batman.
yeah. You can only throw one grenade, so you can't go any further in that direction. Alright, so we need to get back into a platform. And sometimes it'll catch you and automatically hook, but sometimes it just straight up wants you to, has to reset you completely. Right. So I'm assuming, wow, a lot of wind here. A lot of wind going on. I'm assuming that you had to come out this way after you fought Mr. Freeze, and that had to trigger the Vicky Vale stuff, because there is a chance that the Joker gets eliminated as a character for the rest of the story, and if that's the case, then maybe people, then it wouldn't make a lot of sense for Joker to have Vicky Vale attacked. What? Here's Freeze. We'll just talk to him.
I found her, Freeze. She's safe.
Nora, where is she?
She was locked up in warehouse 5B in the Falcone shipping yard. She's safe, Victor. You can go to her.
Thank you, Batman. I doubted you. I am sorry.
He's not much of a character, and that seemed to really just give us some unlocks.
I am preparing a solution to remedy whatever damage the clown has caused my beautiful Nora.
I kind of like the idea of him just calling him the clown this whole time. Is it possible that this ability would let you freeze a button down? No. Yeah. Can't disrupt things. You can't just disrupt the cages. And I'm fairly certain we tried exploding these and they didn't work. And it's not like it's a speed thing either. That doesn't make sense. So no, they're just pretty much going to force you in and out of this building through this doorway going forward. I don't think it really matters that much because we'll probably just come back looking for a scarecrow reference. The laughing that we're hearing might be crows. It might just be birds flying around. But I suspect it's not. I suspect it is a destructible object and I'm just failing to see it. I suppose we should reevaluate. Like, how much experience do we need? 5,000? It's very possible we will get 5,000 experience running around if we can get enough of the if we can get enough Riddler trophies to unlock the next Riddler section, then yeah, and save the next Riddler hostage. And that is very doable. Right. These areas are just empty, which I'm fine with that. We may very well run into a scenario where it is when Protocol 10 starts, we'll just have Tiger characters and maybe some Joker characters. Like running around trying to shoot at me. We may just have very heavily armed guards. Yeah, and all we're really unlocking at this point is just a lot of collectibles. So, if this was a collectathon game that was just unlocking collectibles, I don't think I would be trying as hard to try and collect everything. But since it is also giving you abilities I'm giving it more leeway. That being said, I think we are going to stop giving it leeway fairly quickly. Once we have everything upgraded. This is a good experiment to do because we need to know if the frozen in ice Riddler trophies have something else special about them. No, they don't. You just have to get up and pick them up. I can make one, let's see, over here. And then I could line ride over to this. Okay. But I don't think that does anything for me. Interesting. So it just does seem like there's some other ability that we're gonna get later. There's no electronics though. That's what it would seem like, is that there would be some kind of electronics that would raise this whole part up. And maybe that is what this button does. Yeah, it doesn't really look like this moves. Remote electric charge. Fire remote electric charge. Yeah, unless there was some way to fire this and then try we'll turn this around. Like, I can hit that, fine. But that doesn't do anything. And honestly, I think there's just 2 Riddler trophies on top of each other, so I suspect this one has more to do with getting the other trophy. I guess we'll give it the old college try and see if we can get these over here. And then I want to kind of look around here. Or I could run back this way and I could ignore these guys, which is actually the better move. Yeah. It is way better to get back to where we were going. Yeah. Like, we have goofed around with a lot of gameplay, and we just need to go back to the steel mill and get the cure, and maybe that finishes the story, but I seriously doubt it would. Like, it wouldn't make a lot of sense for all this build up to Wonder City and all of that, and this giant tower and everything.
Vicky Vale was shot down by Joker? Now that's got
So
classic
here's a
Joker
question.
written all over it.
We're down here. Can we dive 50 meters? Is that 50 meters? I think the answer to that would be no, that was not 50 meters. Alright, so... So yeah, that's not working? Okay. As silly as it may seem, I think your actual goal here is to be just flying to that point, but I'm hoping I can throw a platform there, and then I'm hoping I can actually land there.
Catwoman and the plant lady. Man, those two are hot.
Okay. Is this close enough to get that? Yes, it is. So that was all we needed.
You actually managed to complete enough challenges tonight. If you think you can hear me clapping, then you are obviously suffering from some sort of delusion, for I am doing no such thing. Solve my riddle and find the hostage. Riddle me this. I'll be right under your feet in the midday sun. You cannot lose me, no matter how you run. What am I?
Shadow?
No, this is not happening. Did you cheat? Of course you did. It's the only way. Well, it ends now. Here's the next location. You won't be able to cheat your way past this problem.
Alright, and that is just great because that means we can set that as our next target. We can run around a little bit around this area. We can ignore the augmented reality, and then we can go around here and into the stone mill and solve it. Okay. I am not really expecting, though, to get an item upgrade or anything from yeah, I'm really not expecting to get... Here's a Scarecrow mask hidden here. And this may be all we ever see of Scarecrow. So pause now if you want to read this. Yeah, I'm not really expecting to see a major upgrade. Here we have one guy who has been left alone and respawned in that area. I don't think it's really worth your effort. It's kind of interesting to have the bat signal just be your marker. It's a cool idea. See, I'm just trying to keep a general idea of... See, why is there a blue guy versus yellow guy? It's orange guys. Right.
When I get out of here, if I get out of here, I'm heading straight out of Gotham stinking City. Hell, I'll even give Bloodhaven a shot. Anywhere but here.
Yeah, I don't really know a lot about Bloodhaven, so I'm not gonna... I know it's probably one of the cities. But clearly they didn't open up. Aerial attack off a stunned enemy into another enemy. We still haven't pulled that off. Slide to trip an enemy. Counter an enemy projectile. Still haven't pulled that off. Combo batarang in combat. Bat claw slam. Let's see if we can figure that out. And instead of just looking at everything. Gadgets. A bat claw slam is left trigger Y and then X. Okay. We'll try that. Left trigger Y and then X. Left trigger. Right. Left trigger Y and then X. Left trigger Y. Right, you probably have to pull the guy and then do that. There we go. So another guy taken out, but that didn't quite do as many things as I would like. These Riddler things are fairly obvious. The only thing I could think is we could get in here and we just wouldn't have the right item. That is a possibility. We may still need some kind of upgrade.
What kept you? Did you get lost? Were you scared? Did I finally
This
get to
looks
you?
very much
Have
like
you
the
accepted
first
that I
room.
am the winner here? Have I ground you down? Have I made my point? No. Well, this next room will. That I guarantee.
The hallways could be a little bit longer if with like a cutscene of him walking close towards it.
Help!
Okay. Okay, they stop. And then it goes up.
Wrong? Scared, confused, about to die under a rotating mess of steel and sparks? Or is it all three?
We're probably exiting through that window. This would be funny if you just hacked this whole thing and it just turns it off. Looking for a conundrum.
What is it? Unsure what to do next? May I suggest lying down on the We've turned it off. But for how long?
I don't have a remote hacking ability or anything like that. It seems like you can run through.
Riddle me this. What lies on the ground is full of holes and gives off a slight burning smell?
Search for ways to control the electric floor panels. Okay, so you don't get the audio twice, that's good.
Help!
What's wrong? Scared, confused, about to die under a rotating mess of steel and sparks?
Okay.
We've turned it off. But for how long?
Okay.
It's up. But for how long, Dark Knight?
So the blades are just going to be in the
Question.
way.
What do you call someone who prevented a guard from turning into minced meat? Answer. Not you, Batman.
And I suspect there's probably a lot of lines of dialogue in these death sequences that most players will just never see. Almost certainly your budget could have been used better to either reuse those lines of dialogues amongst general thugs or in some other way have the main bad guys say the lines even.
It's up. But for how long, Dark Knight?
Alright, now we get that.
Help me!
We've turned it off. But for how long?
Okay. Alright, this tells me I need to be here. That doesn't knock me. Good. Okay, that does give me enough time.
Please, someone!
I don't understand the floor here. It seems to turn off the floor fine. Am I supposed to be shooting for a section there? Or am I supposed to be trying to hack something here? Maybe you have to
Riddle
hack
me
both
this.
of them at the
What
same.
lies on the ground is full of holes and gives off a slight burning smell?
I guess we can skip that stuff. Alright, well, it doesn't so far seem like we are missing the ability. And it doesn't feel like this is one of those sequences where the game could really help you too much more. If I could figure out...
What's wrong? It's up. But for how long, Dark Knight?
Someone!
We've turned it off. But for how long?
And see, maybe there is a way in which you could rush this faster.
Help me!
I don't even know if it's worth it to wait when you can. Oh, you've got to rush to the safety spot because that's not a safety
Question.
spot. Okay, good to know. So there's only 2, maybe 3 safe spots in the whole puzzle.
Help!
This is a kind of gameplay that could feel very much like
What's wrong?
like it could feel like a Scarecrow section in that you could feel like you're personally like trapped in trying it over and over again.
It's off. But for how long, Dark Knight?
Alright. Do we even want to... And then hit that. And then here. Like, it does seem like everything is enabled. I don't get it. Like, I just don't get it. This is just fire. Can't we all just get along? I'm gonna have to just assume that this is supposed to be a section that you just are flying towards. No, because you don't go in that section.
Riddle me this. What lies on the ground is full of holes?
There must be something I'm missing from a lower perspective.
Help!
Like this line
What's wrong? Scared,
seems to hit this
confused, about to
ground
die under a rotating mess of steel and sparks?
and seems to
Or
be
is it all
connected
three?
to this, which also seems to be connected to that. So maybe it is just a case of
What is it? Unsure what to do next? We've turned it off. But for how long? It's off. But for how long, Dark Knight?
almost died there. Okay. We don't really see anything else. I don't think I'm supposed to fly through the air. Maybe I'm supposed to line ride. Oh, I guess that would make sense, wouldn't it? Yeah. So really this is just a case of me not really getting it. Come on.
As you look upon my work, your primitive brain must be struggling to comprehend how I have managed all this. It was easy.
So they put the camera right on the place you need to blow up for the next part of this. And we've got something that bring a box closer, which probably then helps me just throw this. So, yeah. Got a lot of pounding sounds happening right now. Let me just pause the game, make sure that the pounding sounds are in the game.
I cannot begin to fathom the level at which your primitive brain functions. Allow me to give you some help. Give up and die. Nah.
What are you doing?
Grabbing him and escaping.
You're safe now.
How the hell did you do that?
Tell me the numbers.
1, 1, 5, 7, 8, 0.
You'll be safe here for now. If you get the chance, head back to the church.
Again, this is a guy who really could not make his way back to the church. 115. And see, I think this is probably going to just take us directly to the Riddler.
Dark Knight. The missing ingredient to finding hostages is secrets, and you don't have enough. How did you do it? Did you cheat? Of course you did. How could I expect anything more from someone like you?
So then the real question to ask here is, we are in a building that is... Okay, it's locked. Good. That just straight up tells us that there's no collectibles in there, which that makes a lot of sense. There hasn't been any collectibles in any of the other ones. So that puts us in a good position. It didn't give us any new ability, but yeah. We are 60% done with the Enigma Conundrum, so actually there's probably more of that happening. I feel like the Identity Thief one, we could have moved forward if we just find more dead bodies. Same is true for the Watcher. Bane we're going to finish fairly easily. This one, I don't know if we could have started this one. This is another one where you just really have to run around and investigate things. And we have yet another recording now that we've unlocked. The rewards are getting less and less beneficial, and we need 2,000 more XP before we can upgrade, say, the glide boost attack. So on the map, though, we should see if we can mark this Riddler trophy. Doesn't seem like I even can. Maybe it was already marked. Nope. For some reason, it's not markable. Maybe that's because there's two next to each other. But notice how your zoom here is not very useful. Okay. We want to dive. Is there a higher point in this area where I could dive down 50 meters? I don't think there really is. Meanwhile, if we wanted to try and get more of these fight things, it'll attack off a stunned enemy. Use a slide, trip, quickfire, freeze, blast combo. How do we do that? Let's try that one. That would be Wayne Tech. That would be Gadget. Freeze blast. Right trigger, right trigger. Okay. Good to know. Where's the guy?
Riddler.
So that was a really rough fight.
Don't hurt me. I'll talk. I knew you would.
But that worked, I think, fairly well. And we found a Riddler trophy also. New concept I unlocked of a tiger sniper, so we know there will be a tiger sniper. Nobody else is around in this area. Alright. Let's try this again. No, that didn't work for us. That's still not 50 meters. So we'll move on to the next collection of
Vicky Vale was shot down
people.
by Joker? Now that's got classic Joker written all over it.
Is there... Let's see. Is there a reason to really try and take out these guys other than they might just be in the way? Grapnel boost takedown, I don't think we could do that. Remote electronic charge with a person with a backpack, can't do that. Line riding, line riding. Remote electronic charge, we could try that. Combo batarang, I don't think we have. Quickfire freeze blast during a combo. Quickfire electric charge during a combo. Alright, well.
Look out! That man's here!
Alright. I want to do... I don't want to get too hurt. I want to... That's crazy how they ragdoll like that. Didn't quite get what we wanted.
Do you think he's really coming?
Probably would just have to fight more people.
Of course he is. Nah, I reckon Freeze got him. He's stuck in a block of ice about now. Really? Yeah, Freeze must be pretty pissed, right? I mean, Joker stole his wife, threatened to pull the plug. No way was Freeze gonna forget that.
How the hell do you know that?
Joker had me drag Freeze's lady to a van. No idea where she ended up.
Did you see the shoot?
Tiger died! You got him! He's over here!
Is that the sound of one of your faces hitting something hard? I hope so.
This way!
Let's see if we can get a freeze blast while in the middle of a combo. Interesting how the music is kicking in. But apparently we still got one guy, or too many guys, too close for that to count as a cleanup or get a health refill.
He's here!
Alright, let's go. Yeah, even Batman ragdolling and dying. So, yeah, I think we're gonna have to take out the sniper thugs before we can get into the steel mill. More and more of these challenges are definitely being put in the open world instead of being let's see if we can disrupt this guy's gun.
Here's the plan. Spread out and find the son of a bitch. Got it. What? Think you can hide from me? Grenade!
Come on, smack his face in the head.
Grenade!
Ice smash takedown.
Over here! I got him! He's over here! What? This way! He went this way! Huh? Over here! I got him! He's over here!
Who's left? Like we have a couple of guys. And I think one of them is way over there. Nope. It is.
What the hell is going on?
Let's just run. So they're protecting the door. I don't know what's even in that specific door. If that's the cure, that'd be very weird.
I'll cover the door.
Alright, well. My first goal was actually just to find the... See if we could actually get this thing open. Which, it's fairly obvious now how you get in there. Doesn't seem like there's anything else in that area.
We're in control here.
Then our next goal was to try and get this one. This one doesn't even have a gun, it's just... That was just a line rider puzzle. So I wonder now if this is a case
Boss wants this place kept safe. No problem.
where the steel mill, we were kind of kicked out of a window on the steel mill right about there, but I bet that's not a way back in. Does look like there's something of interest there.
No one's stupid enough to take us on.
So you disrupt that one, you disrupt that one, you find a good collection of people to try and take out. And in this case, there's just too many people for you to really go crazy with any of the abilities.
I got it! He's over here!
Let's get corner cover and just wait for this guy.
I got him! Over here, I got him!
Okay. And then that leaves these guys either trying to fix a gun that I don't think we'll ever fix, which then leaves me mostly safe to just try and drop attack on these guys. And see, in doing that, that gave me 700 XP, which is quite a lot, and refilled all my health. So, yeah, what I'd really like is the glide boost attack. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else to even really consider. As far as upgrades, next we would consider getting the crypto thing or the freeze proximity mine, I suppose. Yep. And see, I don't think there's really a good reason to specifically go up and take these guys out, but since we're safe to do that, we might as well.
Target is lit.
Interesting, he can see you. Alright, is there...
Oh, do I have to do everything myself around here? All I asked was that you stop the stupid Batman. I managed to get a syringe of my blood in his neck for God's sake, and I'm half dead. What's your excuse?
And once again, this is one of those cases where the game itself has you in detective mode always, so... There's... Yeah, I don't even know if there is a riddle that I'm looking for over here. And I kind of hope the Titan container is in this... is in the area? But maybe not. It could be that the Titan container is on top. We should check that just to be certain. I think there's also some Harley Quinn statues somewhere around here to break. Let's see. This might be an indication that the Titan container is just somewhere hidden in the general steel mill, and it's not directly in the center. Yeah. You got some very watery sound effects playing. Let's go ahead and tag that. I suspect there's probably a decent amount of hidden things. If I really tried to look around. Sadly, looking around's not going to really refill my health. I could engage in more combat. Certainly. And any of those cardboard cutouts could be a solution. We went down this smokestack like the first time to get into the building, which might explain why we had to kind of find a new way in. There's a guy up there. Right, so we will walk around until we can find a ledge. Didn't realize you could do a ledge takedown from when they were further away from there. Again, that's only going to get me a little bit of health, though. Not the full heal I would like to have. Yeah, and everything's indicating to me that the Titan container... Does it specifically say in the steel mill? Actually says it, so I didn't even have to check. I'm just goofing around, wasting time. Okay. So, entrance. Are we facing the right way for the entrance? There's a riddle. Let's see if we can figure out where the solution to the riddle is. So this was the guy that was killed by Zaz. Payphone killer. More backstory stuff. Pause now if you want to read this. We had seen this guy too, and I didn't realize that that was a riddle. So basically, anytime you see anything unique in the game, then that is something you should just take a picture of, and almost certainly it will be the answer to a riddle even if you don't know which specific riddle it is. And that's annoying to say the least, because you would much prefer to be able to be told a riddle when you're near an area. Instead of just stupidly being rewarded for trying everything. We can definitely get this. Assuming I can get a back shot. Wasn't quite at the right angle. Apparently, I'm probably using the line rider to wedge between that buoy and the wall. There we go. Yeah, and then you just kind of have this wall here. More of the Arkham City wall system. Okay. Up and over. Wonder if all the Harley Quinns really are inside the steel mill level, and the steel mill level just kind of felt like a sort of outside level. So I guess the only real question to ask here is there anything we're really missing? Something else that we could collect or do? I don't think there is. We have now 63 Joker Riddler trophies, and that feels very accurate. It feels to me like all 8 of the remaining riddles on the map are probably marked. I'm not sure if all 3 of the destructible items are marked, but that might also be a case because 2 of the destructible items are inside of a building. No, because there's 12 over here. So 3 of the overworld destructible items are still not marked. But I can't imagine that I would be able to beat up two more Riddler spies and get much more help. Of course, we still have all 23 of Catwoman's abilities, and there's just nothing here that indicates I could have switched to Catwoman's gameplay mode without, unless it's just something on the main menu, which that's pretty terrible game design if you have to go all the way to the main menu to play as Catwoman, but that may very well be the case. We still have like 2 more characters. Robin has done absolutely nothing. We still have a decent amount of Arkham City stories, but not that many. As far as upgrades, there's 1 more combo batarang or something, some gadget that we're going to unlock. Otherwise, we can get another 6,000 and just get Freeze Proximity Mine, and then Heat Signature Concealer might be the next best one. Honestly, I think I'll just get Crypto Power Amplifier just to make sure that's not something we needed. I don't know if I'm really going to have enough experience to do a whole bunch of upgrades with Catwoman's by the time the game is over. We are bending over backwards as much as I can figure it out to do as many of these fight mechanic things, which I suppose a lot of these might have been done earlier. See, this was the glide boost. This was locked before. Take out 2 enemies at once with glide boost attack. So there is 1 more upgrade there. So we finally got a row complete. Let's see. Interview tape unlocked for Catwoman 1 of 5. Listen to interview tapes on the character bio screen. So we now know what we unlock there. Which... Okay, so... If we wanted to listen to these, unfortunately, there's no way to just hit play and then go to the game and wander around and look for riddles, which that's what you would really like to be able to do. So there's a high chance I just won't ever listen to that. As far as Park Row, like, it's not too far from the point where we would fill in another tape. It's not too far from the point where we would fill in another row for a lot of these areas. Industrial District still has some work to do. We haven't been back to the subway in a while. We haven't been to the Bowery that much. We're going to the Still Mill, and in the Still Mill we're going to try and get everything. Ideally, this will be completely collected by the time we're done with the Still Mill. Then we have to go back to the museum and Wonder City. See, what's our best gliding distance still? 139 and 236. So we're not too far away from getting those first two. But then 44.9 is our best distance with the dive. And then 5 consecutive line launches. Wouldn't be that hard to do, but you might have to go over a much larger area than it seems just to make sure you don't touch the ground. Whereas some of these other ones... Oh, I didn't realize it shows you the progress in the top right. It says below the icon of Batman, it says progress 2 of 3. So another aerial attack off stunned enemy, another slide into an enemy, another counter of enemy projectiles. And then like combo batarang and combat. We've done that 0 times. We've done this once, so we need to do it 2 more times. We've done this 0 times. We gotta figure out that combo batarang. Definitely. We've done this 2 out of 5 times. We've done this 3 out of 5 times. So some of the times I have been succeeding, and it just didn't feel like I was succeeding because it wasn't really telling me that. And remote backpack jamming devices. Like, there literally may be only 2 or 3 more opportunities in the entire game to pull that off with the backpack jammer. I wouldn't be surprised if there are no more opportunities. Yeah. So where are we on the side missions? I am spending way too much time clearly recapping at the end of each of these episodes, just rethinking about where we've gone. It seems odd that we are only 60% of the way through here. Like, it feels like there should be more, and if anything, that implies to me that there's a lot more game than it seems like there is. And it seems very odd that we've... Like, I guess maybe we need to run around more in this area looking for the identity thief, because that seems to be about the only thing you could pull off. We're about to finish this one. This one, with its inner lining of circles, implies to me that there's probably one we've missed over here. There's a possibility that there's one over here, too. We still have yet to find this submission. And the acts of violence seem to be kind of randomized. But, yeah. Another hour, more grindy collectathon game wrapped in a Batman thin cover. Not really even that much Batman these days. Like, it's fairly easy to go 3 or 4 hours and barely even have a single cutscene or a single line of dialogue of Batman. So it definitely would be hard if you took all the appearance and changed it all to look like, say, an Assassin's Creed game. This game would feel exactly the same in its gameplay mechanics, which is just mostly collectathon stuff. At least it is as I play it as kind of an OCD player. I imagine there are some people who would very tritely try and play a game like this and just run through the main story, and I imagine they'd get punished horribly, because I'm getting punished horribly just playing on normal. And it's worth mentioning that the difficulty of this game is still way too high. Just playing on normal, I'm getting punished and having to die 3 or 4 times until the game just decides to let me win when we run into these encounter sequences, which I kind of wish there was a few more of those in smaller groups earlier on in the game. We've mostly gotten away from the feeling of the way the game started, where it was just, here's a group of 4 or 5 people and you're just going to swoop down and beat them up. Now that they're all armed, now you have to really plan out and try to defeat them. I feel like the game probably should have just started that way, so you knew what kind of game you were playing from the beginning, instead of kind of the bait and switch, where now we're close to the end of the game or further to the end, and now there's a real strategy that has to be implemented. Yeah, and I think I mentioned we haven't done anything with Robin. We haven't heard Oracle or Alfred in a long time. Yeah, that's going to be it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend to follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.